Hello, 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 and welcome to another live stream by Virtual Flight Diaries. And we are here finally with the A340 flight to St. Helena's. Hey, Drunk Billy, hey, welcome to the stream and chat. So, we got a 737 Max Ethiopia. Is that Limp? Is that you over there? All right, so we got the A340 here. So I picked this airport because one, it's comical, big plane, little airport. It does have an 8,000-foot runway, so takeoff is not going to be the issue. And but St. Helena's 6,200 feet with a 300,000 plus pound plane. Now that's going to be the real challenge. So I thought it would be fun. This isn't real world in any way. South African Airlines, I don't believe, flies out of this airport to St. Helena's. This airport usually operates with the smaller Max and A320s and so on and so forth. But I thought it would be fun. So we got about 2 hours and 29 minutes of flight. It's 1,000 plus nautical miles to St. Helena's. But it's a little tiny island in a big ocean. There's nothing really around it at all. It's almost the halfway point to Brazil. They say, Holden, hey. Hey, VFD, I just wanted to drop in and say hi. I hope you're having a great day. It's busy at work today, so I've got to eat lunch now. But if you're still on when I get back, I'll stop back in. All right. Well, thanks for dropping by. That's awesome. But if you're not back in time, I hope you have a great day today. Oh, thank you very much, Holden, and I hope your day at work is good as well. All right, so let's get on board. Let's get this bad boy fired up, and let's get out of here. All right, so one of the things that I was able to do, and I hope it works, is the McDo. I've been able to dial the sim app back one. So back one, what's it called? Rollback. I've been able to roll it back one, and it seems to be working, but we'll see. So, all right, first things first, we're going to get our flight plan loaded in. So no METAR for St. Helena's, but this theme seems to be the current weather here. I was able to get that also off of VATSIM. We're on network, so if you guys want to fly along and do the challenge with me, feel free to join on in. I know Limp Rocketeer is going to be taking up the challenge. Of course, 737 Max. I think they actually fly them in there, but I'm not gonna bust on you for that. 777 now, maybe. All right, so yeah, so let's get some battery power in. So actually, before we want to do that, we wanted to make sure that we have 25 volts on battery 1 and 2, and we'll fire that up. And we'll come down here, see these screens come on, the standby comes on, the landing gear light should actually load up. So the METAR at FNCT is 270 at 11, few at 16, broken at 60, 26, QH 1009. All right, cool. So I got, for this airport, we got Cavacay, 25 with 320 at 8. But that seems to be like all the time. So every time I've loaded in here, I've never crashed a plane in sim, and I'm not going to start on your stream. Okay, fair enough, Lim. All right, so we got battery power. I believe the landing gear lights are supposed to also light up on battery power, but we're not gonna nitpick. And yay, we got our McDo. All right, so let's get some flows here. We got auto, nav light on, strobe on, cruise supply, ground control, and we come over here and test the CBR. That's good. All right, let's get the adheres adhering. And EPU fire test. Engine fire test. Cargo fire test. We've made our noise. So we're not fueled up yet. I'm not going to use GSX for anything, actually. There's no real profile here. It gets kind of wonky. All right. That panel looks good. Let's come here. We got flight directors can come on. QNH is 12. Am I down here? That's all looking good. All right, so let's load up. Now, I spent a good hour setting up GSX for this airport last night. Okay, well, I'll be honest with you, I've not really figured out how to use the GSX profiler yet. I know I'm a bad simmer, but we'll just do it instant style. So we're gonna load the fuel from SimBrief, and then we'll instant load. That matches up. 48,000 pounds of fuel on board. 48,000 pounds of fuel. All right. So let's get the box set up. So the IRS is aligning. I don't know. So this is out of date, obviously. And I've been trying to rack my brain on how to get it. I don't think it's I don't think there's a way to update the air rack in the box, because NavGraph doesn't do it. I've updated. It's up to date in the sim. So I don't know. But anyway, go init page, and we'll import you. So South African Airways 556 is our call sign. That's Springbok. It's the call sign. We don't have much in the way of charts for both airports. No. Navigraph. So there's an RNAV to runway 1, and that Navigraph's got that. So and SimBrief is giving me runway 1, even though there's no weather. So I guess that's the standard airport. So we're just gonna wing it. So from my understanding, from what I've been reading about St. Helena's, is the major issue with the airport is the horrendous crosswinds. So that's going to make it even more fun, considering I only have 400 feet to play with. Yeah, because I imagine, so if the wind's coming off the ocean, it's not going to matter really which way you go. I guess it all depends on if it's a direct crosswind or a tailwind. But we'll find out. And if it's too much when we get there, we'll just go around and come back in the other way. Hey, fried chicken, hello. Hey, any Chinese A340s? Honestly, I don't know. I mean, Inibuilds has a whole list of liveries for this, and Flights and TO's got some. I haven't seen any Chinese ones. This one is a Inibuilds. I got it off of Inibuilds' website. All right, so IRSs, we will align you. The imports, that's automatically done. All right, flight plan page. We're going to be taking off. So if I said it's the registration number ZS SXZ. Oh, all right. Well, Inibuilds, take note. Chinese. So I guess maybe South African Airways bought this off of Air China. I don't know. All right. So departure. We're going to be departing runway 26. And there is no SID. So we're just going to insert that. So as you can see, VMO is behind us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do straight out and go to the first Latin longitude waypoint. I know it's not real world. We need an entry point into our oceanic, but this flight sim, there's no ATC on to direct us. So we're just going to do our own little thing there. So after departure, climb out, and then we're going to go direct to that first oceanic waypoint. Other than that, that's in. So let's get St. Helena's arrival. We're going to land RNAV runway 01. And the via is going to be Raton. Insert you, and that's our flight plan is in. So we'll do secondary flight plan. Copy the active. Let's do our return. So the Rocketeer says, so this is the midtower at St. Helena's. Okay. So we got 140 at 12, scattered 18, overcast 39, and 24, and 10, 20, 10, 12 on the QNH. So 140 at 12. Huh. 19 might be better. Yeah, when we get closer, we'll take a look, because we can always adjust on the fly. But we'll go 1 for now. But if that's going to stay pretty close to the same, and the simulator is going to simulate the real world weather, runway 19 is probably going to be our better bet. Oh, I was wrong. ZS is indeed South Africa, not China. Oh, okay. I do know China does have a Z in their registry. Was it ZX maybe? Okay, so flight plan and secondary. So we got in it. The secondary, we're going to go for our return F and Flight plan. Just depart runway 26. There's no SID, so we don't have to worry about that. And then our return is going to be, we're going to come back around onto 26. So we're going to do the RNAV 26. So I don't think there's an ILS. Nope. RNAV 26. And then no VIAs. Cavalcade anyway, so it'll be a visual approach. Right, and secondary perf. Secondary perf, we're going to go to destination. One. Speed level, so I'm just going to do about 2. We populate our page based on. Oh, anyway, not going to worry about it. I don't think we're going to have a return anyway, so. All right, so secondary flight plan is in RadNav. That all looks good. We got BMO in there. I'm not sure what the standard squawk code is for Africa, but I'm just doing 2000. Same. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we just use the international IFR. All right, in at B, we got 335.1. Zero fuel 335.1. That's fine. Block fuel is 48.7. Close enough for government work. So SimBrief has given us, so we're not going to need, we're going to need 40 or 28,000 pounds for the trip. But the reason we're doubled is just like flying to Antarctica, we got to take on double the thing because our only alternate is to return here. So that looks good. 5,000 pounds extra. I like it. That gives us playtime. All right, that's all done. Performance. Let's calculate our performance. So it's for some reason it's not going to auto populate. So we can seek the weight. Try, well, we got to put the winds in. So the weather's not going to populate. 08, it's 25 out, and altimeter is 12. And we're going to do so we got a Torah of 8202, so but you know what? Let's rocket ship out of here, guys. We've been flexing this plane the whole time. Let's force toga. We don't need anti-ice air conditioner or packs will be. Let's do a packs off takeoff. Let's do max max power takeoff just for fun because this whole flight's fun. So let's calculate that. So V1 129 138 139 flaps 1 up 5.2, and we'll send that to the MGS. From you. So let's see. Now we need 122.8. You in, turn you on. All right, so how do we pronounce this? So we got Vitwichia Maribus. It's got a Maribus. Springbok 556 rate check. Okay, why aren't you working? There we go. Springbok 556 rate check.
555.
Cool. I'll put a challenge to you. I'll match you. I'll match if you try to land 777 at St. Helena's. Okay. But not this stream. But yes. Yes, I'll take that challenge. I think we can do it. Max braking, max reverse thrust. I think we can do it. So we'll come back in a future stream with the 777. We'll see how this one goes. All right, so max performance takeoff. That's in the box. And let's power up the APU. See, I don't have the A340, so no, definitely not this stream. But we'll come back future stream. Future stream 777 into St. Helena's. We'll probably go for a swim, but I think it's possible. So APU's coming up. I don't know how the sounds are with this. I don't know. I'd say the APU sounds are kind of flat. But APU power is up. Let's wait a minute just to be realistic, even though I think we can just turn it on in the sim. That's you in. Frank's Airport. There's the only airport here. All right, we're fueled up, so we'll get you on. All right, so APU bleed on. set. So we're going up to flight level 400. This flight. So 26 or 260. Set you. That looks good. All right, we're all aligned. Power connected. Oh, we got the EPU bleed on, so we can disconnect the external power. Ground equipment. Remove APU. And parking brake is set. Yes, so we'll remove the shocks. All closed door, arm doors and cross check. We are ready to go. So just to, nope, not that one. We needed charts. So I wanted to show you guys. Charts. A route map. Yeah. Or maybe not, almost the halfway point to Brazil, but it is a tiny, tiny postage stamp of an island out here in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, Western Africa. A lot of water, guys. A lot of water. All right, so charts. I don't think we really have too much here. We got the airport chart, so we'll put that up. So we're going to come around, back taxi to runway 26, and we'll do a straight out departure. No hazards other than we are too big for the airport, and taxiing is going to be interesting. But other than that, I think we're good to go, guys. So let's, EPU bleed is on. We're going to get the beacon light on. Let's do the before start checklist. Cockpit prep complete. Gear pins and covers removed. Signs on and auto. Let me just double check that our gear pins and covers are removed. I think Livery looks pretty flat after the runway in, so I think we can keep going if you want it. It looks pretty flat after the runway in, so I think you can keep going if you wanted to. Oh, okay. So I did check, because I know last night's stream you said that there was a terrain anomaly at the airport, but in 2024 it is not there, so we should be good to go with that at St. Helena's. We got, so we're just going to turn out, we're going to head over here, back taxi. We should be able, there is a turnaround over here, and like the surrounding terrain is pretty good. So if we have to go into the sand a little bit, we should be all right. But all right, let's do start. So we got start turning engines 1 and 2. We could start both here. Take a minute. Coffee. I think that's two good starts. Like I said, the sounds are a little not as juicy as we're used to. Duh. This is why we learn flows, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is why we learn flows. All right. All right, so starting 3 and 4, start you up from the cabin. We'll monitor. So the only reason I'm doing dual engine starts is I did see an FCOM that said you can do it. So, and it works in the sim. But I don't know if the FCOM was for the 600, but it works in the sim. Coming up. Is light off? We are avail, so we got normal. We arm the spoilers. TARA, so Skaka mode C, 2000. And, alright, max for rejected takeoff. Taxi light on, runway turn off lights on. That's all looking really good. After start checklist, any ice is not required. Cam status is checked. Pitch trim up 5.2. So that sun glare has got me. All right, so that's set. Honestly, I think it auto sets. All right. We're in heading mode. All right. So, and rudder trim is neutral. Let's just do the for takeoff. So we'll do flight controls check. So I also noticed, and if you've seen in my streams of flying the Airbus, that I kind of get wobbly. So I did adjust my curves. So I'm actually hoping that that fixes some of that problem. I also noticed when I was looking at all my curves that I did put some dead zones in, so that when I when I was moving my controls, okay, I noticed that my rudder, my tiller steering, because I use the twist on my joystick for the tiller, because I haven't gotten a tiller yet. That's in the works. I just don't know exactly which one I want to get yet. Whether I want to go Blackbird Controls, who's got some really good looking Boeing stuff, or do I want to go Cat 3 designs for the Airbus? So, and I'm not going to get both. All right, so full forward, full back, neutral, full right, full left, neutral, rudder pedals, full right, full left, neutral. Flight controls check, complete. Flight instruments checked, briefing is complete. Flap settings are 1. V speeds, we got 293139 set. UTC is set. ECAM is takeoff no blue. Takeoff test confirm. Configuration. Takeoff no blue. Cabin crew. Seats for departure. Lights are on. Engine mode selector is normal. Packs will be off for takeoff. And radar will be auto. Turn you on. Turn you on. That is all looking good, guys. All right, let's get out of here. Maple Leafs traffic, Springbok 556, taxi runway 26 for departure. Marvelous. I know I'm butchering that name. Target brakes released. I just run over. Oh, the baggage cart. Whoops.
Rail traffic, Ethiopian 522 will be following the A340 and holding short runway 26.
Alright guys, so let's see. Got a whole short line. And landing lights on. Ropes on. Maple Leafs traffic, Springbok 556, back taxi runway 26 for departure. Maple Leafs. There's a tiny turnaround spot out here. Oh yeah, we're going in the sand. It's okay. This flight sim, guys.
You could do it. Rail traffic, Ethiopian 522 holding short 26 for departing traffic. Rail.
Come on, line up. There we go. All right, rocket ship mode. So we'll go packs off. Oh wait, I'm turning the bleeds off. Duh. Sorry, guys. I don't. I really do know how to fly this plane. All right, now we're good. All right, spool them up. Let's go. Let's go put this bird down on a postage stamp. Toga. Mantoga SRS RDS auto thrust blue.
Toga.
D1.
Airlines traffic. Ethiopia 522 backtracking out to 26.
And we are up. Pause the rate. Gear up. All right, thrust climb. Autopilot on. Runway heading. Fix that up. Clean that up a little bit from our outside view departure. And we are good. So, all right. Release traffic, Springbok 556, passing 2,500. Direct our initial oceanic waypoint. Last call, Mariblis.
Yeah, give me that direct 6.
Yeah, I thought that would be a little easier to say than the whole numbers. All right, that's in. We are nabbing, climbing, squawking, and walking. All right. Oh, PAX. Back one on. Wait 10 seconds. So we don't blow out the passengers. And why? There we go. Pack 2 on. Packs are on. It's good. So after takeoff, climb checklist, landing gear is up. Flaps are retracted. Speed check. Packs are on, and barrel ref is set. Classic 6000 will go standard. Standard set 1, 2, and 3. Passing 6,600 now. And we are off to go and see if we can do this. They're all looking good. We're climbing out like a rocket ship. So, the flights that I've done in this plane. Now, I didn't know too much about the A340 other than that it was underpowered. Okay. Now, I don't know if it's the Inibuilds flight model or what, but I have not seen very much underpowered issues with this plane. So, I don't know where they're at. You know, we're going, so, I mean, let's fly that A321. This is what I'm getting, A321 figures. Inibuilds, did you use your A321 model? I don't know. All right, passing 10,000. Landing lights off. It's all good. You guys can move about the cabin. And you know what? This may be your last flight, so go ahead and smoke. Why not? Disarm the spoilers, and we are good. Climb it up. All right, so cruise should be 0.81, 0.82. So the optimal is 380. So let's go 380 and see where that leaves us. I'm looking at the progress page. It's telling me based on weight and weather that 380 is the better one. So we're going to go up to 380 and check that one out. So what cruise speed do I plan? So I have 0.82 based on my cost index. But I could dial it back for you to catch up if you want. In 996 nautical miles to St. Helens. Not really that far. I mean, Philadelphia to Miami is about that, so. Except I don't have Washington, D.C., Richmond, Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville. I don't have any of those airports to go back to along the way. That's the difference. The climb page looks good. Or I mean, the progress page looks good. So let me do this. We need a waypoint. I can't do fix info? Huh. Okay, can't clear the RadNav. We're going to clear the secondary flight plan though, and then copy the active, just to have that in here. That's weird. We've done it off of all right, well, we're not going to have any radials or anything like that. I don't know what's going on with that. Probably user error, I guarantee. Because I've done it before. I think it has to do, I can't do approach. See, I should be able to do it off of Avica, because Avica is the exit on the Oceanic for the approach. And I can't. Fix info right here. That's how you set up the radio. Oh well. Well. Oh, so the clouds. The clouds are looking very FSX. Look at that. That is not. So that's what happens when the sim doesn't have any information about what the cloud layers are. So it defaults to this flat painted. Oh, that looks like shite. The one thing I do like about the iFly Max is the headphone option. I think it should be an option in every plane. It is nice, especially for like long flights where you can keep your volume to a regular level. I just don't like you have to go through all the menus to get to it though. That's the only thing I really don't like about the iFly is that it's not very menu friendly. Like it should be just like a quick click. You have to go through like 5 different menus to put the chocks on. Could have been simplified. Yeah, once they pick up, once the sim can pick up an actual weather station, it'll paint better clouds. And the only other thing too is you guys see this? I don't know if you can see this because of YouTube compression. If you look down, they're actually because of how the satellite on Bing has painted the ocean. You can actually see these square segments of like a map on the ocean. And Sobo, you'll never listen to my channel, but guys, really? That breaks the immersion. As nice as the scenery is most of the time, this stuff going over, the long haul flights. Guys are going to be going over the ocean. Come on. Just want to see the ocean, not map lines. But I digress. This livery looks really cool. That's why I picked it. It's their soccer team tribute. We got a long flight, so let's get some music going. Nope. Set my channel. Hold on. All right. Ooh, now we are in chill mode. Still climbing up. So I guess this is where we'll get a little bit slower. So we're going about 1,200 feet per minute. So if we were in the A321, oh, well, there's a boost. I don't know. Maybe I'm complaining about the wrong thing. So when we get closer, I'll run an onboard. So I did the landing calculation through SimBrief, but we'll do an onboard landing calculation. You know we're going to have to go manual braking, so there's going to be no auto brake. We'll probably smoke the brakes. If it was a Phoenix, we probably would get the brake thing. So I don't know if we'll actually get the brake temp warning here. But we're going to be, 300,000 pounds, so that takes a lot of physics to stop 300,000 pounds at 120 knots. So we'll get up to cruise, and I'll dive back a little bit to let. Well, maybe you are catching up. Let's see. So what's my climb out speed? So we're doing 477. Got Limp doing 433. So we're gonna have to probably dial back just a little bit to let that Limp Rocketeer catch up to us. Because we're definitely gonna put the pressure on and watch his landing on stream. So if you could, just a minute, just to dial back, and as soon as I could burn off some of this weight, I should be able to get a little faster. Yeah. Let's see. You bleed fault. If you use oh. Okay. Thank you. Like I said, this is a fun flight, so please excuse the mistakes. All right, so let's dial it back. Pull the window. Go 176, see what that does. Oh. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We'll crash the stream. And like that, my frame's just tanked doing that. All right, so I brought back to just a green dot. That should allow you to catch up. Set manage speed. We're good. All right, so we're doing 423 across the ground. Looks like you're doing about 450. Just chilling out, man. So guys, if you guys are interested, did you guys catch one of my streams I was talking about? If you guys are, so Virtual Flight Diaries, the channel, and myself, we're getting into the virtual airline business. So if you guys have the Phoenix, I'm working on with Whiskey Throttle to do a livery pack for the 319, the 320, and the 321 in Bullet Airways livery. That's the virtual airline. And I was just talking to him the other week, and they're coming along nicely. He's a little behind on his commissions, and I told him not to worry about it because he sent me some preliminary work, and it is going to be well worth the wait. So it's going to start out with the Airbus fleet for the airline, and then we're going to expand out into the 737s and maybe some long haul stuff. But we'll have the livery for the Phoenix. I'd like to get some freeware versions for you guys that don't have the Phoenix. I want to fly for the airline. But that's going to come a little bit later in the roadmap. But if you guys have the Phoenix, it's going to be juice, as they say. Looking really good. Don't know exactly when we'll be finished, but I think we'll be up and running for the new year. Just in time for Phoenix to drop their A321neo. Actually, I think they're doing it. I think they're doing the A320neo too. I actually can't wait to fly the Phoenix Neos. Just knowing that the way they built the simulations, it's going to be cool. And what's coming out? Is Tolus coming out with the 600? I don't know if I'm going to be picking that one up, guys. Yeah. I just don't fly this plane enough to want to, or to want to get the 600. I know the 600 is cool. It's got the bigger engines. It'd be nice to have a Neo that is not the fly-by-wire. Exactly. As good as the fly-by-wire is, and I'll tell you what, the fly-by-wire A320neo saved, and I know maybe somebody will argue with me, but the 320neo by fly-by-wire saved Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I know it saved it for me. I flew the hell out of that thing. Because there was nothing in that sim, airline-wise, that was worth flying. Until that fly-by-wire came out. It's still good. It's been a while. The last time I flew the fly-by-wire, we flew it into Romania. So that was almost a year ago. But hey, November 19th, isn't it? This is the 1-year anniversary of 2024. How about that? Happy accident. No, LeBron, you totally agree, yeah. Yeah, it definitely, fly-by-wire saved 2020. And Asobo should give them a medal. So I have a mod that hides that toolbar. That's a pain in the butt. And then I have it hotkeyed to my Stream Deck. We need parallel 42 to get flow going. That's one thing I miss about not flying in 2020 was flow. I loved that. chase plane. I'd rather guys get chase plane in the sim before flow. Parallel 42 chase plane. All right, when we see the Brocketeer behind us, that's when we'll go. Should catch up to us. I'm at the bare minimum. Four engines versus two. Of course, he's got Neos on that max, so. You're at the max right now. Well, I have absolutely no problem because I got nowhere to be. We'll fly it at the minimum. So once you get caught up, just, let me know what your speed is and I'll match you. But this is as slow as I can go. Safely. I know I could go down to VLS, but I don't want to. Because at flight level 380, messing around at VLS could really get this plane into trouble. I mean, you're going faster, so you're going to catch up. I got 418 across the ground. Looks like you're doing 434 across the ground, according to VAT radar. So. I'm wondering when Just Flight's going to drop their F100, because I think the F100's coming first. So hold this in. It looks like I got back in time. Hey, welcome back. We're doing a little slow flight maneuver, letting Limp catch up. You got back in time, lots of time to spare. Yeah. So we got, I'm currently looking at, we got an hour and 54 minutes. So we got a long flight to go. different music. Said, no, I didn't. It's not good. I've been there. Yeah, that's a sucky feeling. That's what he gets for streaming when flying with somebody else. According to VAT Radar, it looks like the weather is going away, maybe? No, that wouldn't be right. Not with the winds. So actually, I lied. So our nearest airport probably isn't to go back, but probably to go to FHAW if we had to go to an alternate. Of course, that's probably another 700 nautical miles. So it's changed. We got 130 at 14. So it's still looking like that 19 might be our best bet at the moment. A light rain. Oh, okay. So a wet runway with 400 feet to spare. .400 feet to spare on a dry runway is going to be overshoot on a wet runway. I wince in pain. Yeah, you're going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. Oh, especially this slow flight maneuver that I'm doing is burning way less fuel than I calculated as well. So we're going to be heavier. Hey, Falcom, welcome to the stream and chat. How's it going? How is it going? Yeah, got a little smooth jazz going. This is Stream Beats by Harris Heller. You don't have much options for us live on the channel, and this guy's got loads of royalty-free stuff on Spotify. So. Right? Nothing like some smooth jazz. This is absolute cruise music right here. This is going to be, and we'll go right to, so I have it on shuffle on a playlist. So what do we got here? This is called Pixelated Passion. I imagine it's like 80s beat. To say Holden is a young man with but an old soul. That's probably why I get along with him so well. Nice. Nothing wrong with being having an old soul and being young. It beats being old with an old soul. It was funny. I was watching that CEO interview video while I was driving to work, and I had the thought, this is why my dad would have listened to talk radio. I get it now. So my commute to work is 3 minutes. So I put 80s on 8, and I catch a song or two before I get to work. At 5:30 in the morning, I'm just trying to wake up, dreading the fact that I have to get into work. Jealous, my commute is 45 minutes to an hour depending on traffic. But so everybody who knows the channel, I'm a corrections officer, so I work at a jail. I'm not going to say which jail, but if you step out on my front porch, so you're not going to be jealous about this in a minute. So if you step out on the front porch, so at my jail, there's a huge water tower. It's part of the jail complex. And if you step out on my front porch and look, because the jail is up on a hill, I could see the water tower from my house. So I can never get away from looking at work. So, Limpsa, I'm used to driving an hour late night, and iHeartRadio, talk radio is all I listen to. So you got high. I get that. I have. What is it? I have satellite thing. I can't think of. I'm old. My mind is old. I can't think of it. What it is. I said. You can guess when I said the channel 80 is on 8. Just a suggestion, but I think when you retire, you should move. Noted and in the works. When I retire, I am definitely we're packing up and we're rolling out. So my wife works at my job too, so we can't go too far away, but I am definitely going far enough away where I cannot see that water tower anymore. Cirrus, thank you. That would have killed me. I couldn't remember. I have Cirrus, yes. That's 10 years ago that you retired, and now, yeah, I got 5 more years. 5 more years. I had the retirement office run my numbers, and I'm very excited about that. 5 years. It's been a long road. Because I started at my job when I was a young fella. 20 years old. And then I could stream full time Monday through Friday, guys, because I'm not going to have very much else to do. And I like it that way. Cloud cover is starting to change for you. It hasn't really 2024. Although we do get this, so this wasn't here. So yeah. Just wish the FSX clouds would go away. But it's all good. Alright, so have you caught up yet, Limp? What are we doing? I gotta burn some fuel off, or my calculations are going to be rough. You're almost 20 nautical miles from me. Yeah. So 442. What's your Mach number? So with this cloud layer building in, we're not going to see 20 miles away. So 0.81. All right. So let me know if you get 0.81, or let me know what your max Mach number is, and then I'm going to bump it up because I'm at green dot. I really do have to burn some fuel off. Yeah, 8.1 is my max right now. Do what you need to do there, sir. All right, so let's go burn some fuel. I'm going to stay in we'll keep the window pulled. Because unless I change my my cost index at 181, I got to cook some fuel off, or we're going to be in trouble. I'm going to have to circle for an hour. I wonder what is the red line here? 8.5. Okay. So let's see. Let's just do a preliminary for now. Let's do see at our current weight. FHSH. Dude. There we go. Typing too fast. Runway 1. 6,398 feet. So little, almost 64. That's our current weight. 67. So it's estimating 349 at destination. We're going to go full. You taking the pan flute? Yeah. Most of the playlist I have is chill music. All right, so winds. What did you say the winds? Let me look at your last. You scroll up here. Look at your last METAR. So we say like 130 at. Old? I can't find it. Okay, there we are. 130 at 14. Outside air temperature is 6 and 1009. Do the wet runway calculation. All right, so landing, we're gonna do manual. We're gonna do reverse, yes, compute. All right, so wet runway at our estimated landing weight. We're looking at a landing distance of 5,709 feet. Landing distance is 6,200. That's our stop margin. Not much, but at least I got the wet calculation. Medium brake, we can actually See, it doesn't allow you to go max manual. So actually with max manual braking, we should be able to bring it in with a little better margin, but we're not going to do max. That's the thing. If it's a wet runway, you really shouldn't be doing. Oof. Let's see what low. Nope. We're off the end if we do low. So it's gonna be squirrely, guys. It's gonna be squirrely. That's using SimBrief, so we're gonna have to see when we get closer. Either way you would look at it, guys, there is not much room for error. Not much room for error at all. And the calculation is going to be the same if we go, well, okay, so let's look at runway 19 because of the wind. Yeah, so right now, okay. So that's because of a tailwind. It's looking like 19 is our best bet. That's giving us 1,400 feet. 1,400 feet. I like that one. All right, so we're going to program 19 in based off of the current METAR that we have. RNAV 19. Yes, let's look at the charts. You say you're definitely flirting with the barber pole, though. Yeah, I'm digging the yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I just read that. Duh. It's good. We'll wait for you. I have to, because I am going just a little bit faster. I don't know why. It should match speeds, but I'll wait for you when we get on the ground. It'll actually give me more time to get off the runway for you. But it's definitely looking like 19 is going to be our best bet. At least for me. You're probably good either way. So let's look at the chart for 19. I'm going to do the RMP approach, runway 19. Let's do the straight in. So we're going to do XDO. Start you. You would do the same as you? Yeah, so we're going to go RNAV, runway 19, and I'm doing, we're going to do the straight in off of XDO. But Shint 1 at 2,900 feet is going to be our intercept with the 3-degree thing. We got a while yet, so we're not going to brief. We're not going to do the brief just yet, but because things could change, especially when we get about 40 minutes out, we'll redo the MEDAR. It's And that's the thing too. The nearest MEDAR is was it 1,000 kilometers away. So, but we're gonna go with that data. You do see my contrails though. All right. Perfect. I don't see you though, but that could be just my TLOD or my LOD. It would be terrain. LOD. But we're cooking. We're burning fuel now. 460. 460 across the ground. Going to need to get a little bit lighter. Want to try to make that mark. Even with 1,400 feet to spare, that doesn't give us much because this plane likes to float. So I'm going to try to put it down. So mark it right now, guys. The butter landing is not going to happen at all. Not that it's happened before in this plane, but we're not going to even attempt for it. We're going to put it down as best we can. I'm not going to try to crush the landing gear through the wings, but we're going to put it down because we got to get it on the ground and braking and reversing as soon as possible. The earlier we get it on the ground, the better. But I really do think we could bring a 777 in here. I really do. I mean, it's heavier plane than the 340. It's got those big, big engines for reverse. I honestly don't, of all the times I've never took notice. I never took notice on the landing distances that I've accomplished with the 777, because usually we landed what? We landed in Winnipeg the one time. That's a 10,000 foot runway. I've only had runways that the 777 can land on, no problem. Yeah, I'm gonna have to run the numbers. We'll see. We'll run the numbers. Firebird 92, howdy. Hey, welcome to the stream of chat. How you doing, sir? I was checking out your channel. It's really coming along there. You guys don't know, Firebird 952 has a YouTube channel as well. I feel your pain, sir. I feel your pain. It took me a good month and a half to dial in my sounds. A lot of practice streams. So I just stream into so what I was doing, for a tip for you, what I was doing was I was creating private streams, setting up my my sounds, and tweaking live. In my office here, I have a TV that I could stream YouTube, so I was just streaming my private stream, and I was tweaking live and monitoring it in real time. That's going to be your best bet. It's going to be your fastest way to do it, Firebird. So we landed the 777 there. We can land there. We can land in Rio Santo Domingo. Didn't a streamer do that? I feel as that was done. Could be just like some, piece of memory that's corrupted in my old brain. But I thought a streamer did that during the 777 at Santos. Could you imagine bringing in a heavy into Santos with live ATC? Or somebody's done it. I mean, there was the old days, the gamer streamers landing, 747s at St. Bart's. So everybody does the, hey, can the 747 land at Samba? No, not in reality. Changing my approach on my real life EFB. I want to be doing that while we're trying to land her. So the flight plan, okay, so now that I'm looking at this, so the flight plan has got us coming in lower. So let's do, I'm going to do intercept the next stop. Looks like it'll put us on a better downwind. It's got us coming in. It's up. I like to look at that approach better. Oh, so said. So I'm sure it's the RNAV circle over the bridge in a 777 fun times. Yeah, I'm telling you. So Firebird, are you streaming every day? No, I don't. I would love to stream every day, but real life job. So no, I stream about twice a week, sometimes more. I try to keep it to at least twice a week. When I retire, that might be a different story. So you're retired? You have a laptop? Yeah. I can't wait. Can't wait. We were just talking about that earlier. I got 5 more years. 5 more years and I'm done. Who knows? Maybe VFD will, maybe the channel will blow up and I'll be able to retire earlier. Wouldn't that be something? There you go, guys. Help VFD retire from his current job. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get VFD retired. So Firebird said, I had to take an early medical retirement in 83. In 83? You've been retired for quite some time, sir. I hate the fact that you had to take an early medical retirement, but that's been quite some time, considering in 83 I was in 3rd grade. 73 now. Oh, nice. Well, congratulations on achieving 73 years old. So they say those that are in my career have a average life expectancy of 58. So I plan on living long. Oh, he wasn't born yet. Yeah. Lip says, this is cool. I'm not the oldest one in here yet. Yeah, there you go. Lip, you're a youngster now. What is my vocation? I am a correctional officer. I've been doing it for 29 years. But I also, so I had tried the aviation career early on in my younger years. I actually got accepted. It was back in the day before 9/11 happened. They were doing the fast track programs to the major airlines, and I was all ready to go for Comair, flying Embraer 120s. I couldn't get a class 1 medical anymore. So that ended that. But we got flight sim, and I'm happy with that. So you got a relative that was a warden. Nice. He went to the top. I'm still an officer. 29 years as an officer. Never went the supervisor track. Yeah, so I was all set up. So I was going to be flying, our Embraer 120s out of Orlando, and then we were going to train for the CRJ 200s, which were the newfangled one for Comair, which was a Delta partner. Who knows? It could have been a different track. But now, 20 some years plus later, if you look back over the history of aviation at the time, it would have been a rough road for me. So let's look. So I would have been starting with Comair somewhere around the time that 9/11 occurred. Low seniority number. There was a lot of layoffs, so I wouldn't even have probably gotten to my first flight with the airline. Then I would have had to slug it out as an instructor to make ends meet. So I don't know. Stuck it out as a CO. But I've been flight simming since, Flight Sim 2. So aviation was always a passion. I got to watch my uncle build his Long Easy growing up, so I was just immersed in aviation from a very, very young age. Comair? No, Comair. Comair. Comair, yeah. Yeah, I could have, since I did the prison career, could have done a Comair. You still have 2002? Nice. 2000. So Flight Sim 2002, you would still have, that would be floppy disks. That'd still be floppy disks, wasn't it? Or was it CD-ROM back then? I can't remember. Yeah, that would have worked out. Conair with the as a prison guard. I like that. It was CD. Okay. Yeah, because I remember floppy disks. I mean, FS98 was a stack. It was a stack of 3 1/4s, right? Or no, it was 3 1/2s. The big ones were 5 1/4. FS98. That was a cool. I actually ran a virtual airline back then. My FS98 days. Bunch of us. It was Philadelphia Airlines, and our tail logo was the Liberty Bell. It was pretty cool. Although virtual airlines back then were real simple. It was a lot of like, self. There was no A cars or anything like that. So you would do the flights, and we had a whole form set up where you could, you plug in your start, your destination, the flight number, and how long it took you. So you could cheat really easy back in those days. But we figured, honor system. I mean, why would you want to cheat? It was all about flying, so. Well, we've reached the under the hour mark. We don't do many long flights like this on stream. This will be a good setup for when we do our first long haul, right? We'll do the cross the pond. Hopefully my schedule lines up with that. That'll be fun. I've never done a cross the pond event. That seems like a lot of fun. Definitely ATC coverage the whole way. To brush up on my oceanic skills. Top of doing right now I'm learning how to do you've never done across the pond either? No? Yeah. So right now I'm learning how to do I'm using this simulator called Reentry. I'm learning how to do PE and AP circular burns calculations for orbits for the Gemini program. You want to talk about math? Being a math nerd with that. Those guys. So I don't know if anyone's ever seen the movie Apollo 13 when Lovell was doing the gimbal conversions on a scrap piece of paper in the midst of all that. That's some brain power there. But if you like space stuff, like realistic space stuff, I recommend that Reentry. Verbal. I've seen that. That's the one where you can actually build the rockets, right? So the difference, I think, between Kerbal and, although I heard Kerbal is extremely realistic, the re-entry. This guy is a sole developer, and he's been developing this simulator for the past 10 years. It just went into release. It's been an early release for 10 years. He has recreated the Mercury, Redstone, and Atlas rockets. He's recreated the Titan, Gemini rockets, like down to the actual the math statistics for all those rockets, and he's recreated the Saturn V. He's working on the space shuttle. But what's really cool is like the Apollo missions. So he's got this huge tutorial, and it takes the tutorials that if you go through the academy, so it's the Mercury Academy, Gemini Academy, and the Apollo Academy, you learn every aspect of these rockets and how to fly them, how to, Mercury, between Mercury and Gemini, the operations were completely different. And then Gemini to Apollo was closer. So Gemini was actually a study program in orbit to learn how to do the Apollo, is what I found out, the Apollo program, which was go to the moon. And so he's got it all. You can actually, you do the LEM, you do the LEM power-ups, you land on the moon, and then the return with the trajectory calculations to link back up with the LEM ascender. It's really cool stuff if you're into space. I've never played Kerbal, but I've read a lot about it. But like I said, you have to actually, with a scratch paper, write out the burn calculations and then program them into the computer, which is pretty wild. So I don't think the hold on one second, I got a work email. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to answer a work email. So, where was I? Got distracted. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry. So the METAR, it doesn't look like the METAR's changed. What do you think? I just looked it up too. So I'm going to call it. I think we're going to do our 1-9 approach. You usually be about 10-15 behind me. So we've readjusted. I'm going to do the RMP 19 with the next up transition. I made an adjustment. Because the flight plan I filed's got us coming down below the runway. And that'll put us on a nice downwind for the RMP. All right, so 260 nautical miles to our top of descent. And I burned an extra 1,000 pounds of fuel, so that made things a little better. The LNAV. Yep. So 1970. All right. I'll cover for you, no problem. I don't think we're going to get a controller, but I think we're good. Because it's like 3 in the morning over here in the real world time. Guys, so let's we've been outside for a while now. Let's check on our instruments. So I got the approach all in based on the METAR that we have. That's 1,000 nautical miles away, or 1,000 kilometers away. But we're just going to go with it. So it's going to give us a VAP an approach speed of 132. So let's brief the approach. So the reason I picked NextOp is because our flight plan has got us coming in down here. So that should turn us right in for a nice downwind approach to St. Helena's. All right, so we do the RMP runway 19 approach here. We got a final approach course fix, course of 209. Shinef 1 is our final approach intercept, and that's at 2,900 feet with decision altitude of 1,970 feet. That's 957 feet above the ground, so we got to be visual. Airport elevation is 1,017. Missed approach. We're probably going to need this. So we'll climb straight out ahead to Sim 1 and then turn left to NextOp and hold at 2,900 or down. So it's really essentially we're going to turn out along the island and then just do a downwind. So since there's no traffic coming into St. Helena's, we're just going to do probably a visual circuit and come back around to Shint 1, reestablish the approach, and attempt again. Got transition altitude of 6,000 feet. Transition levels usually assigned by ATC. There's no ATC on, so we're going to go 6,000 with that. Just to review, Shint 1, we got 2,900 feet. Our intercept at Shimph 1 is at 2,900 feet as well. So we're 5 nautical miles at 2,900. We do the straight in landing, LNAV approach, 1,970 feet. We are not allowed to come in here at night. It is to be day. Hence why probably no one's coming in here. Because it is, like I said, real time is somewhere around 2, 3 in the morning. All right, so crosswind factors. We're going to have a decent crosswind, not terrible. 14, that should put us at roughly 10 knots crosswind. Very capable for the A340. We have a note here to expect moderate severe turbulence close to the terrain after the approach fix. It's possible severe wind shear on final approach, and during the go around, the final approach track is 14 degrees from a runway centerline, so it's going to be an offset approach. Any questions? Concerns other than that we shouldn't be doing this approach in an A340? All right. Approach brief complete. All we got left, guys, is to put her on the ground and not run off the end of the runway. I never started my clock. Oh well. Guys, I gotta take a quick lav break. I'll be right back. 5 minutes. All right, guys. So your controls. I am back. So Holt said, I do like this livery. It's very nice. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? You know what the coolest thing about streaming in a home office? The coolest thing about streaming in a home office is Keurig coffee pot right behind me. Right, so about 30 minutes left. We're going to be starting down real soon. 161 nautical miles to our top of descent. We're still at our optimal cruise level. $15.6 at our destination for our fuel. It's going to have to be what it's going to have to be. All right. I keep getting work emails, guys. All right. No more work. No more work. We are A340 pilots now. All right, guys. So, hey, so pilots, just published post to all my followers for tonight. Got to get ready. Okay, man. Good luck with that, and I'll pop in, check it out. Thanks for stopping by, Firebird. All right. So we're just gotta wait for our top of the set. We're all set. No. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? The A340, we land at this airport? All the numbers look good enough. I'm not trying to build suspense or anything like that. But either way, whatever happens, if we put her in the drink, I have it on flight recorder, so we'll try again. But it'll be fun all the same. This one was a fun one anyway. This one wasn't about being serious, so. You believe. So Holden has faith. We can put it down. I think we can do it. At least the numbers. The landing calculator thinks we could do it. The only available MEDAR we have for St. Helena's is 1,000 kilometers away. So we're kind of going in blind with the weather. But if, we're pretty close. Doesn't look like there's too much building up here, so. So Holden says, why have a runway if you can't use the whole thing, right? Absolutely. We paid for 6,200 feet. We're going to darn well use 6,200 feet. Hey, Limp, you're back. Hey, welcome back. I hope your walk was good. I agree. I absolutely agree. When I'm done with the stream, all I have on my plate is to take my doggo for a walk. So we'll be doing the same thing. All right, so we're looking real good. I got NextOp programmed in. We're not doing X2. And yeah. So, Holden, so what kind of dog do I have? I have a Blackmouth Cur Pit Bull mix. He is a rescue. And he does not like anybody other than us. He's a lovable dog, but only around us. He had a rough go as a puppy. So we picked him up from a rescue who brought him in from Tennessee. And the story we got for his rescue trauma, because every rescue dog has a trauma, is him and his brother were found in a box on the side of a road down in Tennessee. So the pit bull mixes are the best. You have one too, and she's sweet. Yes. Ours is a he. He is the sweetest, calmest thing you could find until a stranger comes around, and if another dog comes around, forget it. He wants to protect us to the end. So, and there's no stopping it. So around other people, we have to be careful, but when it's just me and the wife sitting at home, he is a total lap dog. And of course, him looking out the window, he's got to keep us all safe from the squirrels. But he's been quiet today. He's sitting on the living room couch watching Paw Patrol cartoon. He actually loves that. Lip Rocketeer said, I had a pit bull named Georgia. She passed away about 5 years ago. I could never bring myself to get another dog after her. I feel for you. Me and the wife. So we had 2 dogs. And we had a Australian Shepherd Boxer mix. And she was the sweetest thing in the world. If you walked up to her, the best thing you're going to get from her was your face was going to get licked. She was the best out of all of them. All the dogs I've owned, she was the best. Unfortunately, We had her for 4 years. This year, she got non-Hodgkin's canine lymphoma, and we had to put her down. So, sad. I feel for you. So Holden said, poor thing, I hate that dogs were treated that way, for them to get very protective later on down the road. Yeah. Is there a channel in Discord to post pet pics? I'll post a pic of our dog if you'd like. There isn't, but that is a good idea. We have to create one. He said, oh, that's sad. Ours is having surgery Friday. You have another lump in her leg removed. Well, I hope everything works out for that surgery. There was nothing we could do for ours. They suggested chemo, but it was a 2% chance. She had stage 5. Lymphoma has 5 stages. She had stage 5, so she said the vet was like, yeah, you're going to spend $25,000 on chemotherapy, and it's probably not going to work. So, sadly, it was a sad time. But we still have our other one, and I'll be honest with you, Limp Rocketeer, I'm the same way. Once our last one goes, I think I'm done. I'm a dog person, so, and it's just, you know, us humans, we live just way longer than our pets, and I think that's gonna be the last one. Who knows? You know, that could change, but and that was another two. So the dog that we had to that had passed away this year, we got as a rescue as well. But we rescued her from her situation at 8 weeks old. She was being neglected, and we saved her, got her all fixed up, brought her back to health, and yeah, only to have her come to cancer, but that's life. All right, hold on. We love dogs. We love rescuing dogs too. My father-in-law says if dogs lived as long as we did, that we would be all that we all would be alone and just have a dog. Yeah. Exactly. So about here, so I got a Siamese mixed cat right at the moment. I'm starting to think she's a Chinese spy though. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right, 70 nautical miles from our top of descent. Let's get our head back in the game. It's looking good. So we're gonna come down to 3,800 is our intercept at Nexop. So we'll get you in. We'll go manage speed. It's probably just going to dump us up to 0.82. Of course, we got a little headwind coming in here, which has got me, since we're actually a lot closer now to our destination, it's got me that 1.9 is probably going to be our better bet anyway. So we're going to go with that 1.9 with the Nexop interception or Nexop transition. And we're all set. yeah, Vaca, and then next up. So we're all set up. So the only thing is to put her on the ground with our 273 passengers on board. If they knew any better, they would not have signed up for a ticket trip with an A340 into St. Helena's. As a side trivia note, St. Helena's is famous for its remoteness, such that Napoleon Bonaparte was exiled here. So 130-12. So everything is pretty much stayed the same, other than a Q&H, which is standard. Which is just a slower VAP speed of just 1 knot. That's all looking good. We're set for our arrival. So we're just going to ride it down. So I want to thank everybody for sticking around for the flight and sticking around for the cruise. I know cruise section can be kind of boring, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, helps out the channel. We're trying to push for 1,000 subscribers. We want to kind of put VFD on the map, and maybe a push to get VFD to retire early. That's the theme today. We're going to get the VFD to retire early. So other than that, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. It's been awesome so far, and the best is yet to come. We're going to put this down on a postage stamp of an island. So that's going to be fun. The clouds have improved, though. I like that. It's a shame that they can't draw right until they get a hit on a weather station. I guess that's what the reasoning is, but yep, Holden, as soon as the stream is over, I'm going to open up a pets channel. I'm going to post our pet pictures. I like that idea. Screenshot of this flight, post that in the channel. There is a screenshot section. If you guys take pictures of your flights, I would really like to see them. And if you haven't already, we do have a Discord. You can join that. And what the best thing for the Discord is one, we're trying to build a community, which is already on the roll. I really do appreciate you guys that have already participated. And yeah, I'd like to see your the screenshots of your flights. Say, good idea. I'll put some pictures of my cat in case something happens to me, you know who to blame. That's funny. All right, well, we've made it. We are at our top of descent. We'll get a nice sunset approach. Just as long as it doesn't get into a nighttime approach, or we're going to have to dial it back. Because I don't know if there's lights. Because if it's been done correctly, you're not allowed to land here at night. So, excuse me, it's probably not a lighted airport. Or it just doesn't have the equipped to handle a night landing. I don't know. I don't know what the reason is. But it is also, just a reminder, it is a 14-degree offset. All right, so we could start on down. That going. All right, coming on down. You enjoy your flight? I thought so. So when you're getting most of your power from wind turbines, they don't have electricity to be wasting on lighted airports. Exactly. Exactly. At least she's in uniform this time. Yeah, well, it was dressed down Friday that day. I think it was, so I picked the other avatar because, you know, this one always has sunglasses on. The other one didn't have sunglasses. They really should allow, you know, to create the first officer avatar with more control over appearance, or apparel at least. Because if we were at nighttime flying, she's going to have her sunglasses on, like last night. I should let you land the plane, right? No? Okay. Yeah, crickets. I wouldn't want to land the plane either. It would be nice. They're really lacking in that department. You created these. There was actually, I think there was more available as far as first officer avatars in 2020 than 2024 has. And you would think with the technology and the way they set it up, it would be more It'd be more. I don't know. So Holden says you can customize your FO limp, or do you mean a different customization? It's yeah, different customization. Different. Because when we do our shared cockpit flight in the 747, because you're going to need to get. I guarantee you, it's not going to be cross sim. So limp, you're going to have to get. You're going to have to get 2024, but just so you know, it's PMDG, so you got a long time to worry about that. Yeah, at least 5 years from now. So you have 5 years to get 2024, so we could do shared cockpit 747. But you have half a decade to save up, right? PMDG, they're going to do it. They're just going to do it in a long time from now. So Holden says, I bet Limpa is excited for Monday. I have my new computer and I'll sell pitching 24 to him again. Yeah, I dumped 2020 months ago. I think over the summer. Completely erased it. I no longer have access to 2020. I have straight 2024. And I kind of wish I still had it because I've really been itching to fly an NG. And I gotta wait till around Christmas time now, according to Randazzo. But at least we're on the down leg for that one. Oh, finally, we got a visual in our flight plane of the airports. Here we go, guys. Here we go. I'll bring it down. I like to slowly bring it in for the approach. I don't know if that's a real thing or not. That's just personal preference. I just slowly bring back the range as we get closer. All right. Okay. $8.98. Didn't burn off the fuel like I wanted to. So the plan was the 349, and so we're a little heavy, but that's still 400 more than my initial calculation. So, and that's with medium auto brake. We're going to be doing max manual braking. So let's kill the music and get flight recorder up. Probably going to kick that on early, just to so I what's the word? Oh, I don't have to worry about it. I'm not going to kick it on yet, but we will start early. That's set up. We're VNaving down pretty good. We're right at the barber pole, so we might have to intervene to slow down. But there's no ATC, so you don't technically have to meet our crossing restrictions. So we're missing the Ratten that's supposed to be in our flight plan, but that's okay. This works out even better. A little drag out there. Yeah, I'll keep the drag in. Slow it down, 250. Going down to 250. Actually, it's 240. No, that's 250. I have my glasses on. All right. All right, auto throttle, catch up. In Hello's traffic, Springbok 556, passing 10,400 with the RMP 19 approach into St. Helena's. Any traffic, please advise. All right, passing 10,000, so we get some landing lights on. Didn't even plan for a sunset approach. Nice when things work out. All right, so I'm going to start the recorder now. And the reason is in case things get messy, we can bring it all the way back here and redo the approach. It's a little bit of a cheat mode, but like I said, we're doing a fun little challenge here, and we're going to just have a little bit of a scapegoat so we can try again, excuse me. All right, bring it back to 240. Limp's pretty far behind us, so we should be all right. $2,900 in the box. Getting a little high, so we'll throw some drag out. What we'll do is we'll activate approach phase since I have the numbers pulled. Speed descent nav. All right, we're back on target. Some coffee for courage. All right, guys, let's bring it home.
St. Helena traffic, Ethiopia 522, about approximately 20 miles east of the field, expecting runway 19er, St. Helena.
Good radio call. It's better than my radio call. I'm sorry, but there is no do-overs in real life. Yes, yes, yes. You're very true. But there are do-overs in the stream world. But we're not going to need a do-over, right? We are good. All right, so let's go manage speed. Little postage stamp. So those winds are actually pretty good. Well, based on the METARs that we had. It's probably drawing from that one, so that's probably a good. So it's telling me to extend the speed brake. And we'll go flaps 2. Speed check. All right, head in the game. So our airport is on this plateau right here. All right, gear down. Flaps 3. St. Helena's traffic, Speedbach 556. Turn to final runway 19. St. Helena's. Speed brake in, armed. Flaps 3. Flaps 4. Clear to land. Oh boy. Now, I have not done any test approach, guys. Not done any test approach. Radio altimeter alive. Runway is in sight. $1970 is our decision altitude. Wonder if we could shallow up that offset. My plane.
Minimum.
Continue.
St. Helena traffic, Ethiopia 522 on our left base for runway 19er, St. Helena.
St. Helena traffic, Springbok 556, landing runway 19, St. Helena. Oh boy.
1,500. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
We're down. Spoilers, reverse green, decel. Manual braking. Come on. Come on. There we go. There's 70 knots. Ho ho! And we are down, ladies and gentlemen. Looking good. Let's get over here so we can check out Limp's approach. St. Helena's traffic. Springbok 556, clear the active. St. Helena's. Yeah, we'll park up over here. Parking brake is set. And let's go drone cam. Let's see, we'll shut down. Stop recording. And we'll go drone cam.
St. Helena traffic, Ethiopia 522, 10-mile final, runway 19er, St. Helena.
It should be the touchdown zone. All right. Made it in time for the yeah. We're just watching. We're watching Limp come in. Miles.
St. Helena traffic, Ethiopia 522, 6-mile final. We are on the visual 19er, St. Helena.
I made the turn off, Limp. So crosswind's a little rough. Yeah, I know my landing wasn't pretty, but I really just wanted to slap that sucker down. Here we are. Oh, what was that? Hey, he's down. Nice.
It was kind of a mess there at the end, though.
Those winds are rough right over that touchdown zone. All right, let's park up a little better so he can exit the runway. Big plane in a little airport. That should give you enough room. Barely enough room. Got a little more. Go a little more forward.
Boy, those crosswinds really did push me off there a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was I went to go center up on the runway and just started sliding to the right.
I'll give you credit. You did a good job getting that beast down there on this little runway. So, props off to you.
Now we got to do this 777. I think we could do it. Probably not.
Challenge accepted.
Got enough room there?
Say hello traffic to Ethiopia 522, clear to runway 19er. Final call. Yeah, I got plenty of room.
Good. All right. So yeah, if we had a conga line, this would not have worked out. There is not a lot of space. All right, so replay time. Let's check out. Well, actually, no. Let's see what my actual. Let's see what Volanta says the actual the landing was. So review the flight. Statistics. 443. 443. What did... Oh, and landing rate monitor says 427, so we smashed it in there. But we did that sort of on purpose. I didn't want to float. Didn't want to float. Yeah, it gets scary short. You know, when you could see that end is coming pretty quick. You want to just cut it, put those vanes right on the ground. But I'll let's see that Atlanta. You guys can see 443.
Well, thanks for allowing me to fly with you here tonight, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh no, I appreciate you coming along. It was fun. It was fun. All right, so and we touched down. It looks like we touched down legal. I don't know, but it was fun. So let's check out the replay. We'll kill the network, disconnect from the network. Close you out. Don't want to make that mistake the first time where I did the replay with that big screen out there. All right. So, replay up. Pause you, run it forward. So that is tiny when you're looking at it. It almost looks like a carrier landing. Start getting spooked. Flaps out. All right, so I went manual here, started kind of, I didn't want to have to whip it in there, so I started adjusting for our 14-degree. No, it's also very visually, there's a lot of optical illusion. It looks like you're going to be lower than you are. You have to trust the pappies. Then I really felt that crosswind turning in, like right here. It was like smack. All right, getting into the crab. Oh, we actually touched down. Ooh. That's a no-no. That's how I made the cut. That's how I made the turnoff, guys. I touched down just before the touchdown markers, or touchdown line. I got scared. Dumped the throttle early. Yeah, so that wasn't legal. See where we actually touched down. There's a little hill rise there, but nope. What's that, like 15 feet short? I was kind of aiming for the number, this part right here, and I got spooked and I chopped the throttles early, but so we play. Let's do. I got caught with that crosswind. That's crazy. Lifted the wings right up. But I smoked the brakes, so that's why we did. All right, guys. So that's going to be it for this stream. This stream was epically fun. I tell you not. You know, this was great. It was great having Limp Rocketeer fly with us. Hopefully we can get more of you guys to come in on the flight. That would be fantastic. But I do appreciate you guys hanging along, watching, chatting. We had Holden, Limp Rocketeer, Firebird, Fried Chicken, Drunk Billy. It was great fun. This was a very fun stream, guys, and I was happy to be a part of it. So thank you very much. And we'll wind it back just a little more. But yeah. So we all know now that a 427,000-pound A340 can land at St. Helena's if it had to. So just think of this. What if we were flying from Cape to Sao Paulo, and we had engine troubles in the mid-Atlantic here? This would be an airport that we would try to get in on, right? So it's a good scenario. All right. So on to the next one, guys. Probably Thanksgiving week. I don't think we're going to be able to get a stream off this weekend. I have to work, and I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to be working late because, you know, hours are always up in the air. So Thanksgiving week, we're going to be streaming. I'm on vacation, so we got lots of time. I'll be posting the schedule on Sunday. So until then, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. This is Virtual Flight Diaries. My name is John. On to the next one. See ya.